Here's how to file taxes for free. So I've filed taxes using TurboTax for over 10 years now. And back when I started, I could file them for free because I had a simple return. So about 35–40% of you will be able to file taxes completely for free. Some of you might have a tax situation where it will have a small cost or fee for you to file. But if you get started in the link in the description and you do encounter anything, you'll actually save 20% and help support this channel. So you can get started there, and it's going to take you to TurboTax, and you'll be able to sign up and then go through your taxes. But there's a specific way for you to actually file taxes for free on TurboTax, and I'll show you that way. Now, if you're someone who already has started your taxes on TurboTax, or you're already kind of at a screen like this where you're filling in information, but your price and everything is not free, then to start over, you're going to want to go to the lower left-hand corner and go to Switch Products. If you're on one of the do-it-yourself products, you're going to see a downgrade button. You can downgrade to free. If you're not, then you're going to see a clear and start over button. So that's what we're going to do. And for anyone starting over or starting fresh right now, and you click that link, it's going to take you to the page that we're about to go to. So you're going to need to clear and start over to start for free if you already have fees associated, or at least downgrade one of those two options. Now, clearing is going to clear your tax data, so you're going to have to start over actually. But if you have the downgrade button, you're not going to have to start over. Now, if you're starting fresh and this is your first time and you're just trying to figure out how to file taxes for free, you're going to end up on this window here once you create an account and sign up. And so after you're on this window, we're going to say got it. The next window, TurboTax is just trying to ask you some things to recommend you products. So you want to not check on any of these. Basically say, I don't have any of these tax situations that apply, because right now you're not filing your taxes. It's just a survey for TurboTax. So we don't check mark any of those and we hit continue. And then we say that you're comfortable filing taxes on your own. That doesn't mean you're left in the dark and have to do everything by yourself. TurboTax actually is great at just guiding you through. And so I always file these on my own. I don't use any expert assisted modes. Those cost more. And so I say I'm comfortable filing on my own, and I hit continue. TurboTax is going to then recommend you a product, and the product they'll recommend is the do-it-yourself basic product. And so $0 with state included. Now, not everyone's going to qualify for a $0 return for federal and state, but you can get started. And if you run into a tax situation that you find out that like maybe you had some self-employed income or something and you have to file these different forms, then you'll tack on the minimum amount of fees, but you won't be starting for more than what you need. Like this expert full service, $150, you don't have to pay that. So we can start for $0. And this is how we can get through and file taxes for free. Now, TurboTax, after you pick that product, they're done surveying you. So now you're filing, or you're answering questions for your specific tax situation. So here, did you file taxes last year? Did someone file for you? You go ahead and select what applies to you. I filed my own taxes, so I would click that and hit continue. And then it's going to take you through step by step filing your federal and your state taxes. It's going to start off by pulling in any info, so you can upload or sync your W-2 forms or anything like that and fill out your info. And then it goes through on the left hand side here. You'll see this little tab where there's a tax home and documents, so anything you upload, and then just the tax home is kind of like where you check on your returns and stuff like that. But then the My Info section, if we were to click on that, it would take us to the beginning of that section, and it is just filling out your information that's going to kind of be throughout your tax return. It's going to ask you basically what your name is. You're going to fill in your social security, and all of these go into the right spots on the tax form. Also, do you have a spouse? Do you have dependents? Anything like that. So all this information, as well as questions about your tax situation. And this is, going through this process is where you'll then actually answer the right questions. We're already past that survey in the beginning, right? That was just a one-time little thing. Now we're really answering all the questions that apply to us, and then it'll take you through your federal tax return, and it'll start off with your income. It'll go through your deductions and credits, other tax situations, review it, and then some of that information will then carry over to your state taxes, which will it'll know the state because in the My Info section you actually put in your state, and so then you'll get to go through state taxes, and then you just review all the tax forms. TurboTax will run some checks on the back end, and if anything's kind of like we need more information or clarity around this, or it seems like you missed a step, they'll let you know and it'll take you back to that step. And basically you're filling out that big long tax form. If you've ever done your taxes yourself, or you've hand done them, or you've seen your tax form, TurboTax is filling that thing out in the background with all the information that you're putting in here. And as you get down, you'll just basically review and then finish and file. Now in my case, I don't have enough info in here, and so you can see basically it's saying we need a little bit more, so why don't you go complete your return so that we can actually file this thing. And then TurboTax will file it, and it'll e-file it, so everything kind of gets electronically signed and filed. And then in that tax home area, you'll be able to see the status of your return and potentially your refund or anything like that. And so I would say that TurboTax is definitely the easiest guided method to file your taxes for free. If you, like I said, if you already started your return on TurboTax and you realize that you're on the wrong product, if you are on one of those do-it-yourself products, you're going to be able to switch and downgrade to free. And actually, if I go down here to, I think, switch products, and then if I go to upgrade, which you don't have to upgrade at any time, like even if you have self-employed income and you know you do, you don't have to upgrade until you hit that portion of filing your taxes. And TurboTax will ask you that question: did you earn any money, or like have a 1099 and anything like that that's sort of self-employed related? And when you say yes to that, it'll basically say, okay, well, you'll have to upgrade. Choose one of these products, and you can just choose the cheapest version that works for you for your tax situation. But these are like the do-it-yourself products. There's a free edition. That's what we're on now. Eventually, my tax situation might have me upgrade to deluxe or premium. But then there's also this real experts mode, and that's what I was talking about. That's like the assisted modes or assisted products. There's all these different ones. You can even hand off and let them do all your taxes for you. But these are the modes that if you're on one of those, you're going to have to clear and start over. But if you're on the do-it-yourself one, then you can just downgrade to the free edition. And actually, I'll go ahead and upgrade to deluxe and kind of show you that you're able to kind of move between those products. So right now I'm on deluxe, and my price preview is whatever deluxe costs, so $39 for federal, right? And then maybe something for state return. So if I was on one of these deluxe versions of TurboTax and I wanted to downgrade to free, you actually see down here in the switch products section, we have a downgrade button. So I can actually click that, and it's going to keep all the information that I've put in here, and I can downgrade to the free edition, which basically it's saying like you won't have access to certain forms that require the deluxe edition, etc. Well, if you're not actually requiring any of those forms, that's fine. And so we can downgrade to free. And so for those of you that are on the do-it-yourself that have already started this process and you're on a version of TurboTax that does require you to pay, you might be able to downgrade. And then of course there's that link in the description. It's an affiliate link, so it helps support this channel, but you get 20% off anything you have to pay on your TurboTax, tax form filing. And so any of the price preview stuff, you'd get 20% off of that at the end. So that's how you can file taxes for free, in my opinion. I've used TurboTax for a long time. It's really easy. It guides you right through every step, tells you what forms you need, tells you how to input them and all that kind of stuff. So I'd recommend TurboTax to file taxes for free, and I would still recommend it even if you aren't able to file them for free because of your tax situation. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your support. I'll see you in the next video.